Get ready to discover 10 incredible anime-inspired RPGs that push mobile gaming to the next level. From breathtaking visual and exciting combat to immersive open world and unforgettable adventures. These are the games every anime RPG fan should keep an eye on. Top 10 Insane Anime Games RPG for Mobile. Crazy graphic, you must watch. We have a new Facebook fans page now. The name is GameMobile HDgraphic. Besides on YouTube, we will give an update on Facebook as well. A lot of amazing top list games will show up every day, so please check this out now. The link on the description and pinned comment. Wangu is a new brand open world RPG with an action combat base. The game will represent an oriental nuance with an immersive fantasy of an anime open world based game. We can explore a huge area that I'm sure you don't have enough time to travel all the way along within a year. A lot of secret area can be found if you're lucky enough. The game's combat mechanism is an action RPG combat that will be run in real time, using a normal skill, and also the ultimate will perfectly express what the higher level of animation will show up. We can switch the character to create a combo, and placing the right hero in the team's lineup will significantly raise the synergy. Even though the game has a story-driven base, but most of the activity will run freely, which is, I would say, it has a sandbox concept. Doing parkour, playing a minigame, driving a vehicle, catching a monster, and transforming yourself to become a pet form. Along the story, the cinematic scenes will be the main aspect to let the player express his experience clearly. This is exactly top anime RPG games Wangu that everyone should play for PC and mobile. Honexus Anima. This is a new brand anime open-world game RPG that was made by the most popular games developer on mobile, whose name is Hoyoverse. We will play the game by collecting creatures that we call with Anima. Basically, our main hero will not participate in the battle, but the Anima will take a crucial role on the battlefield. The game needs a high strategy base where the positioning and also the best team's composition is the main key to win the game. That's why collecting the best anima with the right synergy will raise your winning chance. The combat game will run automatically. We can explore the urban city and explore it freely to any area you would like to reach by riding the anima. A city, realm, and unique terrain landscape. Basically, the player can get the anima through the gacha system. Leveling your anima's level evolves them to boost their power. Enjoy a high-quality story with a character that looks like any Honexus game series. Top new RPG games on mobile. Ragnarok The New World. This is one of the best newest MMORPG games for mobile that was made by Gravity with a Ragnarok series. I know what you guys are thinking once you are listening to the Ragnarok title, but trust me, this game looks so much different than any Ragnarok game. If we compare it from the character's design, it's divinely different on this version. It looks way more mature and does not come in a chibi design, which is pretty unique and really different from any Ragnarok title we know. It is set in the Midgard world with a lot of areas that are connected to each other. The combat runs in a real time where the player can combine a basic strike and also some skill selection. As the newbies, there are 7 new classes, which are Swordman, Mage, Merchant, Acolyte, Thief, and 1 new jobs option. We should always raise the job level beside the main level to unlock a variety of the new skill set, which means the player can set and build your own character's attribute based on your playstyle. A lot of party and co-op dungeon we actually can play with our friends, but surely we should test your hero on the PvP and guild battles. Some life skill activities will be an interesting part to enjoy the game, like fishing, crafting, and also any casual minigame. Best anime MMORPG games for mobile. Silver Palace. I can't express how happy I am to see a very beautiful visual game come to mobile platform. By the way, this game is playable for PC as well. If you love to play a realistic anime RPG with a very unique games concept, then I will recommend you to focus on this game. With an Unreal Engine 5 base, surely the visual will easily attract you. Then we will become a detective who tries to uncover so much mystery in the SAWERIA city. This city looks so futuristic and modern. We can explore the world by riding a flying mount. Seriously, the city looks so wide, a lot of district, building surely a hidden area. In combat, the player should control the combo and skill manually, because the timing will take a crucial moment to get the best advantage in a certain condition. The parry system and a perfect dodge action will open up a new chance to counter. Switching the hero is possible to do, so we need to manage and place your favorite hero before the combat starts. Top insane MMORPG anime games on Android. Project X. Have played this game in beta testing. I thought it will release faster because everything seems so optimized amazingly and the game runs super smooth. Unfortunately, we are still waiting for the update. By the way, the game is quite simple and good for a casual player because the combat is not complicated. We don't have to think on any indicator like the energy, parry, perfect dodge or block. The section will not be found in this game. The player just needs to stay focused on the cooldown before releasing a skill. The player can switch the hero and play the combat in the turn with the other hero. While exploring the village, we can optimize the hero's power through the blacksmith and odds with any NPC there. Basically, this is a dungeon-based game, absolutely top anime game RPG on mobile. Meng. Does anyone remember this game? I really remember how this game was so hyped when the first beta testing launched, and many of the players are willing to play it. Unfortunately, the game is only playable on a limited access. It's been a few years already, but the game doesn't get any news. This is a proof how a good company behind the game's project is taking a crucial part to develop the game. Even the game seems so polished and promising, but that's not enough. As long as the team behind the project has a good teamwork, then everything will perfectly run based on the blueprint. By making this video, I really hope the developer will give an update because we are still waiting for it to release on mobile globally. How is the gameplay? It's an action game hack and slash. The player can switch the character and use a different weapon of javelin and also sword in a close combat playstyle. Overall, the visualization looks so dynamic with a high quality anime 3D game base. Unending Dawn. This game is really on point to create a Souls-like game in anime visual, which we never heard about this concept, and I think the developers are successful in creating it become a reality. With an Unreal Engine 5 game that will support the game to play on PC, Android and iOS platform as the cross-platform game. This is a new anime game RPG with an exploration concept. The game has a dark fantasy theme where the player will experience a dark and white atmosphere. A lot of action features we actually can do just like a Souls-like combat style, where the game is concerned about the timing and reading the enemy's pattern. But we also need to maintain the stamina management. The parry system can be used for counters. We need to keep attacking the boss monster to make his condition into a stagger break to make the enemies become unbalanced, and we can make the last finishing action. Overall, it has the best visual, animation and gameplay, even though it's open world based, but there is a dungeon that we can explore to gain a rare reward. A lot of cinematic scenes will show up to make the story even feel deeper. Honor of King's World. This is a AAA game MMORPG on mobile that has optimized amazingly, and I'm totally satisfied with the game's result. It's just magnificent how come they create a perfect game RPG on mobile with a high quality visual, but the smoothness is the next level. It's just beyond my mind to accept the truth. If the developer did a perfect job, it has a huge open world base where the fantasy comes in a realistic way. Just look at how the grass is moving and how details they create the hero's design. Okay, let's get back into the gameplay. This is a fast-paced ARPG on mobile that looks quite identical within anime games in gameplay. For example, the Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves, a huge world can be explored anytime that we call with Primera. With a dual combat styling switching system, it will easily beat a single monster. In fact, we can get a companion to fight with us on our side. All of the world's bosses look so impressive. It has a story-driven base where the main hero does an exploration as a child of love and meets the other heroes that we usually see in the Honor of Kings series. Starlanders. The main reason why I put this game on this list is because I really hope the other game's developer will take the right to continue this project. As sure it was an ambitious project before and it just reminded me of a Souls-like game. For any games developer or publisher, please get this game now and keep the progression on. I'm sure everyone is still waiting for it to release globally. It was developed by a Japanese creator and the gameplay is focusing on the combat battle. The game will set in a slow pace, but it will create a realistic movement and action, especially when we face the boss monster. The skill of the player is really important to handle this situation. The timing and anticipation will take a huge impact in real-time action combat. But also we need to maintain the stamina or energy and manage it to make sure the player can stay on the right track facing the aggressive boss. Overall, it has a high quality anime 3D game. Starlanders is the best anime game RPG for mobile. Azure Promilia. Finally, for the last game on this list, we have one of the most promising games ARPG on mobile that everyone will really want to play. Yes, it's a new brand pet collecting game where the pet can be a companion to fight side by side. You are not only collecting a pet, but also we need to build up their bonding within your main hero. It will unlock a certain power. The main gameplay is an exploration game in the immersive world. We can explore the world by flying or riding the mount. But anyway, having a pet is not about fighting only, but also we can ask them to collect some resources for crafting, and we can easily focus on exploration and following the storyline. The combat mechanism is a fast-paced hack and slash with a beautiful combination of the hero's team management that will easily strike the enemy with a different playstyle. Basically, it has so many features we can do as the daily routine. Even the base building features is available. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.